I want to get right into this, man, because of course, it's gonna always ruffle some feathers, and we don't always try to do that. But if it does, it is what it is, man. Toxic role models, man. I want to touch on this, man, because a lot of times we always hear about role models. That the term role models. I've had people come up to me and just say, wanting me to be a role model to their nephew or their son or what have you. And I've seen in life where different people, they try to step in as a role model, as a stepdad or stepmom, or be a role model as a father or as a mother. So many different role models, but people never really time in. They never really time in on the role model, the toxic role models. Sometimes you can be a toxic role model, in other words, a bad influence on your kids. Before I tie you right into it, man, my thoughts on it is that it's just as bad when the father is not even there. Because as a mother, we're going to start with that. When you are in the household and you are a toxic role model, you got all these toxic traits, it's gonna, I'll just say, trickle down to the daughter or the son. In so many different ways. They're gonna look at you on what you do, and they're gonna really mimic what you do. So if you're a toxic role model, you're not a good role model, obviously. How you think they're gonna take that and run with it? How you think they're gonna grow up with that in them, and how they're gonna view it and how they're gonna execute it? I want to tie you right in on that.
And it's like this, and I know it's easier to say, well, if he would have been there, or he should have been there, which is true. That's not what we're saying. But in this case, that don't make you fit to be a good role model just because the child is in the house with you. And like I said, I know you could just say, oh, he should be here anyway, so it's partially his fault. No, but this is what the kid got. You there. You know what I'm saying? And half of the time, the kid is, whether it be boy or girl, mimics the mother. You know what I'm saying? So everything you do, just because you in the household with the child, raising the child, don't make you a good fit to be a role model. That's why so many kids are picking TV figures. You know what I'm saying? Because the figure they actually got, it's nothing to achieve there.
That's a good point, man. And it's just so important for people to just really be careful of that, and there's so many opinions. People may be like, well, why y'all talking about this, man? It's because it's so important. Like, so many people go through that. It bothers me. And so many men, let's just be real. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. There's so many men go through a situation where they're not in the household. And even the deadbeats. Yeah. As much as we can get on them and say what we say, even as men, us men who are in our kids' life, it bothers us just as much as the mothers that have to go through it. However, just because you in the household with the child don't make you less toxic.
Exactly.
It don't make you a better role model because you are raising them, or they there with you. Because you still have to teach them. You still have to show them, what a role model, a true role model really look like.
Exactly.
You still got to make sure that you don't have no kind of toxic act in your household that they can carry with them and have the excuse of, my mama do this. So a lot of people don't want to hear these things, but it's so meaningful, and it's so it's something that you need to really hold on to and really just take the truth wherever it lay. I want to tie you right in on that, man. How you feel about being in the same household or being so comfortable, feeling like the kids are with me as far as the mother. So I'm doing everything, you can't say nothing about me type of attitude. How you feel about that?
That's a negative, because I'm always say what's right and what's wrong. But at the end of the day, it's not one of those things that is a given because you're in the household and you're the mother. It's not a given that you'll be a good mother. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I see it. Just like y'all could point the finger at how bad a dad could be. Man, man, it's some bad mothers out there, period.
Let's talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, quick story. I stopped dating somebody a long time ago just cause they started twerking in front of their young daughter face, and the daughter started doing it. I was like, oh, I'm out, because you know how many girls I got. And that is not no role model. We not asking no woman to replace their mother. They got a mother, but you got to be some kind of role model for my children to look up to, my daughters. So I was out, bro. You know, because it's not a given just cause that in that particular child was with that mother. Like the dad was, you know what I'm saying, whatever was going on with them, but she had her kids. Just cause you have your kids don't make you a good mother.
And that happens all the time, man. I just hope people put emphasis on that, because it's so many men that go through that, and women don't like us to talk like this, and we try to be as fair as we can because we go hard on the men and we go hard on the women. We just call it how we see it. Right is right and wrong is wrong, and we also giving our opinion, so you always can disagree with it. But however, it's so many men go through different traits where they're not in the household, like we said, and you have single mothers out there when they're looking for a man. One of the things that they'll say, and they'll really reiterate, they'll say, hey, you know, I want a man that's going to be a role model. It's going to be a good role model. And here it is, you got all these toxic traits, but you expecting such a big role model out of me. What the hell you think I'm expecting? What do you think I'm expecting, being that I'm a father and I especially have a daughter, and she see you twerking?
Exactly.
She see you carrying yourself in a way that's not a good role model for her. What you think I'm going to think?
It falls right back into the men don't supposed to do this or have an opinion. It falls right back onto the what do you bring to the table question. Because if this is what you bring and I'm looking at you, I'm good on that.
You're expecting so much from me.
I'm good on that.
But you expect me to expect less from you. Let that breathe. Like, where do that make sense? Where they do that at?